Hello, it's Compound Interest Stock Guy, and today we're going to be talking about Newstrike brands. Okay, so if you're new to the channel, I'd appreciate it if you subscribed. It helps my channel grow. Please give me a thumbs up if you like the video. Give me a thumbs down if you dislike the video. And before I get into this, I want to explain I'm not a financial advisor. This is just for entertainment and information purposes. Do not buy stock because I talk about it here. Buy it because you did your research and your due diligence and you like the company. Yeah, so let's get into it. Okay, so uh, my whole opinion is basically I think that people are sleeping on Newstrike brands, to be honest. I know they have a lot of shares out, but I think they're doing a lot of things behind the scene that people don't really understand. And I think it's gonna be a good company. Uh, they're gonna produce good revenues this next quarter. They're growing the business really fast. I think people are gonna be surprised at the end of the year. But I'm gonna share why in this video. And so here they brought this Sylvie Levesque on, and she's a seasoned marketing executive with 25 years in consumer packaged goods and alcohol beverages. Okay, so that's the kind of person you want to have on your team, right? So she joins Newstrike from Treasury Wine Estates, and Treasury Wine Estates is about a $13 billion company, and she was the general manager, and she was overseeing a portfolio of over 50 wineries. And she held various marketing and innovation roles, including global brand responsibilities on iconic wines such as Penfolds, Wolf Blast, and Lindemans. Lindemans, I used to be able to buy it in USA for $5 US dollars, but I don't live close to the border anymore. Uh, but yeah, it's a pretty good wine. I'm gonna say like for $5, like it's a bargain. And I've tried Wolf Blast. It's a little more expensive. It's like an $18 wine. I'm not sure the price on Penfolds, but I know all these are very popular wines. And the fact that she was the general manager, that I don't know if it's a he or a she, to be honest. It sounds like a she, but I don't want to say for sure. And she was, he or she was senior sales and marketing and innovation roles at Johnson and Johnson. Okay, Johnson and Johnson, like marketing and innovation roles. Let's look at the stock. Johnson and Johnson. I actually just had a call option last week, so I'm pretty familiar with this company. I should have taken profit. I bought it. Where is it? Right here, and then it flew up, and I was like sleeping on it, and I could have sold premium for I had a strike price 134, but anyways, it was one call. I spent like $50, so it wasn't that big of a deal, but it expired worthless for Friday. But they're $355 billion, so that's really high. Um, like Pfizer, she worked at Pfizer, uh, but Pfizer is a big pharmaceutical company, and it's a smaller company than Johnson and Johnson. Like 244. I don't think there is a bigger company than Johnson and Johnson. I mean, for the please share if there's a bigger pharmaceutical company than Johnson and Johnson. But I think Johnson and Johnson. I mean, you buy Band-Aids that are Johnson and Johnson. There's a lot of stuff you can buy Johnson and Johnson. Let's look at Johnson and Johnson. It says they're consumer packaged goods, but I don't want to spend too much time on this. I want to get into it, but let's look at what they have. So they got daily cleanser, Tylenol. Okay, how many people use Tylenol? Baby lotion, Band-Aids, uh, you know, extra strength. There's so many people that buy Tylenol. I mean, that's such a popular consumer good. Benadryl, Benylin, Aveeno, Clean and Air. I mean, if she's a marketing exec, she was marketing for Johnson and Johnson. She obviously knows a little bit. I mean, he or she knows a bit. And Pfizer, Molson, and Unilever. So Molson is beer, and Molson beer. So Molson Coors, that's working with Hexo and working on globally renowned brands such as Dove, Polysporin, Listerine, Molson Export, and Miller Lite. Okay, so I mean she's been working on as a marketing and innovation roles. Innovation is amazingly, it's super important right now because this is a new industry that's growing super fast. And if you have companies that are really passionate and they know what they're doing on the innovation role and the marketing role, they can explode. They can explode. uh, she's tasked with leading the go-to-markets for Newstrike now. So the go-to-market strategy, okay? So whatever products are coming out, and this is new. This is a new hire. She has not been around for a long time. On a new innovate, she will continue. Yeah, it's a she. She will continue to build on the strong branding foundation developed to date and position Newstrike as a market leader for premium cannabis products in Canada's adult use market. Okay, so I really think that any backlash that ACB didn't want Newstrike, I think, I mean, maybe they didn't want the dilution, but uh, come like a year from now, ACB will be shaking their heads and be like, "Ooh, yeah, we should have brought Newstrike with us with CanadaMed. I guess we were sleeping on it." So they were so Trevor specializes in industrial cold ethanol extraction technology. So they're working with MediFarm Labs. So they're going to be doing stuff like that. So, I mean, you look at this company that she worked at, she was a general manager, and it's 11.73. I mean, that's, I know with Wayland, there's some, Terry Fretz, and he worked for Watson Pharmaceuticals, and that's a $40 billion company. So there's big guys all over, but it's basically the Johnson and Johnson experience that really impresses me, and that's what I heard on the last Mice letter with Jay Wilger, the CEO. So I mean, I think that's pretty cool. So let's look at the stock with HIP. So HIPs went down 10%. I mean, I think that's pretty crazy. They went down 10%. It's almost like they're gonna double bottom. That was like 36%, and then they'll fly higher maybe. I don't know. I'm not worried about it. I own a lot of warrants. Full disclosure, I own 150,000 warrants, the HIP warrants in this company. Strike price 175. To expire. I think um January 2020. I think. So I got about a year for it to hit that number, but it went to that's 168, but it even hit $3 that day. So I mean, I can definitely see it going to a dollar 50, $2. But you just look at this. Where was it? Okay, right here. It double bottom here, and it like it hit here, and then it wants to go back here, and then it wants to explode. That's what I think. Whether Friday was the buying opportunity and there's no more buying opportunity. I mean, it's still going to be a buying opportunity, but you're not going to get it at a discount at 46 cents maybe. It's hard to say. I'm not going to say what's going to happen on Monday. I'm just I'm not really worried the fact that it's going down lower. If anything, I might buy more, but that's what Warren Buffett would do. His attitude is if you can get if you like cheeseburgers and the price goes down, then he's just gonna buy more. So that's like the same mentality that you gotta have in this game. I mean, you can't just be stupid about it. You gotta do a little bit of thinking. Can't be greedy. Okay, so this is the horticulturist, and so apparently
soaps and bath salts.
she speak like they play music to the plants. So I'm gonna get into why that might be really beneficial for the plants, and maybe it's pseudoscience and maybe it's not true, but I like to think about it in a spiritual sense that plants, they're living beings, like the marijuana plant when it's growing, and all they want to do is be relaxed. They want to feel good, and the more they feel good, the more they're gonna grow. You know, if you in a negative environment, you're gonna have a harder time growing. So, so yeah. So here, let's listen. Maybe I went past the part where she talked about that. So I'll go back.
This section here, there's my soap making books and different references there. Everything I've learned how to do, I've basically learned how to do from a book. I consider myself a plant collector, abilities are almost infinite.
I just got this
strain, and
I just got this computer, so it's acting up. So whatever. You can look at it on Newstrike brands, Katie's Story, Apothecary. Okay, so and then you can look at all this. These are all the stores you can get up cannabis and where they're selling. They're selling in Saskatchewan. Uh, Online's coming soon, and Nova Scotia, all the stores, and then it's coming online too. In BC, I didn't realize how many stores were open now. There's one in Poos Coop, which I have no idea where it is, but I know where Trail BC is, and I've known about this Kimberley one, and Tumbler Ridge. I think that's northern BC, and I went to this one. I got 2 grams of Pink Kush Meadow Leaf, and Kimberley, BC. Another one from Kimberley, BC. Wow. Wow, that's crazy. 2 stores in Kimberley, BC. Kimberley is very small. Vancouver, Robson Street, City Cannabis Co., and Fraser Street, uh, Vancouver. And then this is the BC one. That's from the province one. And then you can get it online. And then online online in Ontario, and then in Alberta there's all these stores. I mean, Alberta has a lot of stores. I think they're maybe at like 45 or 50 so far. I counted, I think it was like all the stores in total, not the online one, was around like 60 or so, and 75 to 85% of them are all in Alberta. Calgary and Edmonton has the majority of them. So it's one in Grimshaw, Alberta, and then you can get it on the online Alberta store. Okay, so now this, they also selling this. They sell indica hybrid candles, and that lady that I was talking about, she's into that, and uh, I mean, there's all these terpenes that are in these candles. So they're trying to make a more like a spiritual brand with the Tragically Hip, and they're having all these different like terpenes and getting people more comfortable with all these terpenes that are also in marijuana. So they don't need to, like in the future when they have vape pens and pill like capsules and edibles. If they take these products and it has these types of terpenes, people are going to be more comfortable with, oh, these terpenes are good for me. So these are all the products it has. So that's really cool. High margin products, and I mean, you can buy them online. I'm sure they're going to be in a lot of stores. Let's go to Newstrike brands again. Oh, my computer's slow. Uh, okay, so this is their apparel, and they also have uh, just different stuff. So they got rolling papers up for a long sleeve hoodie and hat and a Zippo. That's gonna be very popular, I bet. Those are pretty inexpensive. $30 for a Zippo, a bomber jacket and a hood toque and a jacket. I want this warm up beanie. I like the color blue, so I want that one eventually. Uh, some socks and patch things up kit, socks and a beanie, and this is a roll up rolling tray. So to roll joints on, it's probably really special. Probably like really helps you roll. Not sure. Warm up beanie and a Zippo. So they have all this merchandise. So imagine if they start selling millions of dollars of all their apparel and their swag. Canopy, they have stuff in their stores that they're selling merchandise, and I think they also have tweed shops where you can buy stuff. But I mean, I think that this is going to be very competitive with Canopy. Yeah, I think it's got a lot going for it. All the products, and then you got that Johnson and Johnson lady Sylvie working on the whole thing. I mean, I think it's pretty impressive. Okay, so in this video, cause I didn't get to the other video, cause I was having problems. I might try it again, but basically, she plays music. I think like tragically hip music to the horticulture manager to the marijuana to help them grow. And I mean, like I was saying earlier, it's basically like, is it a science? Is it true? Who knows? But yeah, so here we go. Well, let's just look at the comments since I'm having problems with my YouTube. Uh, it there's people saying that they're bamboo plants, they're liking it, uh, and it seems to work. Good job. And I tried, my plants love it. They look healthier than before. And they say I tried it on my avocado plant and it seems to like it. So I think that's pretty cool. Um, let's look. Uh, uh, so the 420 bill, Rich Rich did this video. He said 420 bill to federally legalize marijuana has officially been introduced in Oregon. Okay, so that's pretty good. I'd put a comment on Rich's channel because this is what it's true. There's Mary Povich smoked a marijuana strain named after his wife, journalist Connie Chung, and and then I say big celebrities are backing it. Give the people what they want. 300 million USA people, and majority want it legalized. Damn, that's a lot of money potential. And watch Canadian LPs start making deals in the USA with a clause that says when it goes legal that the deal will go through. And Shaq and Greg Norman are connected with Green Growth Brands, and Dan Bilzerian has his ticker Bills, and Wiz Khalifa is working with Supreme, and Snoop is working with Canopy, and Nate Diaz, I'm not sure who he's working with, but and Ross Reblagati has his own bong and pipe shop company. He's mainly in the States, and Danny DeVito and Rihanna and Jennifer Aniston and Megan Fox and Morgan Freeman and Justin Timberlake. If you look at this link right here, it says that there's like 14 people, and a lot of these people are on that list. And I say once mainstream's now endorsing it, you know it's over, because the media says what's gonna happen. It's not it's not the government always, because eventually they have to listen to the celebrities who are making the biggest fuss about things, um, in order to so that people aren't causing riots and stuff because they're not getting what they want. So they when you have support from the celebrities, and I say if a multimillionaire likes marijuana and is a successful actor, rapper, musician, then maybe it's not as bad as the pharma and government used to tell us. And I say go money, rocket ship. So I'm just basically saying like what a lot of people maybe are afraid to think about, but it's basically, I don't know. I'm just saying though, this is a good opportunity with Newstrike brands. I think with all these things going for it, there's close to 570 million shares out. But basically, the fact that there's a Johnson Johnson lady that's working behind the scenes, and there's other. I mean, you can go to the Newstrike brands if you want to learn more about the company. But I think there's a lot of value behind it. Not only that, they're growing a lot. They have I think like 25 kilograms at the BC Cannabis store, and they have to supply products for the other stores as well. Now, there's like 6 or 7, so whether they're selling say like 200, 300 kilograms every month or two in BC. BC is not going to be very big, but like if you look at Alberta and Ontario and the East Coast, there's a lot of money to be made just selling their product. So I know they did 3.4 million last quarter, but basically they could be doing 7 to 11 million. That's what I think this quarter, and it'll be close or on par with Kronos Group that is at $5 billion. So I think that big things might be happening soon with New Strike brands. So just keep them on your radar, I'd say. Uh, yeah, that's pretty much what I want to say. Again, I'm not a financial advisor. Do not buy or sell stock because I talk about it here. Buy it because you did your research and your due diligence and you like the company. Um, yeah, that's what I want to say. Please give me a thumbs up if you like the video, and give me a thumbs down if you dislike it. And subscribe and hit the bell notification so you know when my videos come up. And until next time, peace.